Hey you guys, Randall here, Bragging Rights Precision. I hope everybody is having a blessed day and had a blessed week. Alright guys, we've been talking about the new AP swaging system that we've been working on for a little while now. Turned out to not be quite so simple as far as getting it right, but we've got it. Did not want to release it until it was. Very simple to use and install. Just had a little bit of fun trying to get it there. These things are very strong. The shafts are all hardened. They're heat treated and hardened. Nice thing about this system is that now, for the first time, you will be able to size and prime, swage, and if you flare with a flare die, you'll be able to flare all in one run on your AP press. No special shell plates. You just use the caliber of shell plate that you're already set up with to run. No need to change anything. You can run your case feeder if you have it. Makes it really nice and fast. It's very simple to use. You only have 4 parts total. You have either the large or the small swager. Get them turned around here. They're marked large and small. You have the case rider. All this does is it goes in place of the primer slide. All this thing, the only function it has is to keep the case from falling in the hole where you would normally have the slide in that position. And then you have this little guy. Just a concave shim made from a sea washer. And what this does, most of us have the issue when this base plate is at rest, the primer plunger will stick up just a smidge, and causes the primer slide to catch on it. So this is going to do 2 purposes. One, it's going to shim my product because it has to be just a smidge taller to work. And it's going to cure that problem all at the same time. Very easy. We'll explain that as we go. Alright, short, sweet, and simple. You're going to want to remove your primer tube, remove the explosion tube, going to remove the spring, for the slide, remove the primer slide. Going to want to loosen the bolt for the primer tube retainer just a little bit, doesn't take much. Very simple. Going to raise up your press. Going to take this case slider, slide it all the way in until it touches. Tighten down the bolt. You do not need to over tighten it. It's designed to just stay right in there so it doesn't slip out. Raise up your spring to slide that under it. It's concave, so the spring itself just sits on it, holds it there. I've done about 1,000 cases with mine in place. It's never moved. 7/16 wrench. Remove your primer anvil. Primer pusher, anvil, whatever you like to call it. Now, if you haven't had that out in a while, they're prone to getting primer, or not primer, but powder stuck in them, and then the threads get a little rough with that. So if you go to put in the anvil or the swager and it doesn't want to screw in with your fingers, which it should, I just keep my tap, that's a 5/16 by 24 tap, run it through, gets all that powder out of there, they will screw right in with your fingers. Every one of these have been tested and screwed in before they get shipped. We know they're good. So I'm going to be putting in the small because we're running 9mm. All you need to do is snug it. No need to get crazy with it. It'll stay put right there. And you're installed. I'm going to switch camera angles. Very simple. Everything's installed and ready to rock. So now, I got my Mighty Armory 9mm die in there for my sizing die. It's their new lubeless die, works fantastic. I have their 9mm flare die in there. I've got a 7-case feeder. Matt Grabo and Jeffrey Goodness makes these. I highly suggest them. They work very well. So, that's Swage. I'm going to run it as normal. I'm going to size it, reprime it. I'm going to put a little force on the handle because let's face it, you know, it does take some force because we are trying to spread brass. Just going to run your press as normal. And every now and then you hear that pop. That's it actually breaking that swage ring. You'll find them on the bottom sometimes, little slivers. Every now and then, inevitably, you're going to have one that sticks a little. You're going to have some really tight primer pockets. And if that happens, just rock the handle. It'll move on. Just like that one. You've seen I just went forward and back again. Done. And this was WCC brass. They're crimped and sealed. You can see the heavy crimp lines around them. Now we swaged it, you know, but some of these they do them crooked and you can still see where it was. Now, good old Lee. They go right in. They're beautiful. Yeah, that's why. That was one I'd already primed. Guess that's why I didn't want to prime. Very easy. They're like butter, no deformation. You are good to go. Don't know how it gets any easier. Very simple system. Sorry it took me about 4 weeks extra to get it right, but again, I wasn't going to release it till it was. Hope you guys enjoy it. Changes the entire game on what you can do on your AP press. Guys, happy reloading. God bless. Enjoy.